Hey, Fast Eddie here. I got some airbag helper springs for my truck. The coilovers are a little bit, well, they're coming close to the stops with the new engine in it on the ramp truck. Extra weight on the motors. Just making that ride just a little bit too low, and I don't want it too low and having those issues where it's hitting my stops. So this lift kit, you can see it's 81-560. My truck is a 1968. These are specific, it says for, I think it said 72 motorhomes, campers, Chevys. Seems like that also said P30s. So this bag is made to go inside that coil right there, and it just slips in. You can see just like that, and it goes in and gives this coil some extra stiffness. It's not like an airbag that of course, you can see this one doesn't have bellows in it. It's not an airbag that grows in height, so that's not what I'm trying to do here. Is have an adjustable ride height. I mean, to an extent, I guess they do that, but I don't think the design is specific for that. It's just a load leveler, I guess you could say, giving you a little more hauling capacity. So 1,000 there must have something to do with the weight that it'll haul, extra 1,000 pounds maybe. I kind of find that hard to believe, but any bit will help. So we're going to put them in the truck and hope for the best, because I didn't want to have to go to an airbag suspension or completely change out the suspension. This suspension in my 1-ton is almost good enough, and I think this is going to take up the slack. So I don't know. I'm sure that a C10 coil is not as heavy duty as these, so you probably have a different application if you have a C10. I have this as out of my C30 68 Chevy truck. So, all right. So there's a new diesel tach installed. You can see it's an Autometer. I think it's a Z series tach. Here is a diesel tach adapter. That's what you need to help. See if I show you the model number there. Is focus. You need that adapter to be able to calculate or tune this tachometer to a diesel engine. And then you buy this part here. It's sold by Autometer, and it mounts to the alternator, and it runs into that diesel tach adapter, and then from there it runs into the tachometer. It says it'll work on most all tachometers, but I chose a Z series. Probably could have gone with a 4,000 RPM tach. I don't need no 5,000 RPM tach, but it fits right in the hole what I needed. What's this adapter called here? Because there was a different part number for it. These are instructions here. This is the adapter under the dash. This is the part that goes on the alternator. I don't have a part number for you, I guess. Sorry about that. It is readily available through their website. This is the part number right there for the, they call it the DTA, diesel tach adapter, that thing right there. I will say this is my tachometer here. The instructions say using these switches here to get it in the right mode, of match it to the motor that you're using. And it doesn't say it anywhere in the instructions that I have found, but apparently this guy here is already recognizing that the tachometer is in V8 mode, from what I understand, and I guess this adapter is calculating from that. It's just reading the RPMs of the alternator, so it would make sense that it should be regardless to whatever these settings are, but it wants you to have it in the standard setting, which is V8 mode, I guess. I followed a guy's website that put this same autometer equipment in his first gen Cummins diesel, and these are the parts that he used. His channel is called Rough Cuts, and he did this originally the same way I did. He made the adjustment here for a 6-cylinder, and later found out that he needed to change that back to the standard 8-cylinder setting. And I found out the same way that he did. It needed to be that way to calibrate right. This is another deal that you'll need to buy to calibrate the tachometer. It was on sale from Amazon. This is the part right here. It's probably not on sale anymore. I bought it on sale for only $15. And what you need to do is, this comes with the reflective tape. It's a digital photo reader, and you put the tape on the balancer down on the motor down there, and I'm sure it's not in view. Oh, it is right there. See that tape right down there? That is going to show this signal to send to that meter, and it can measure the RPMs that way. So I think factory idle setting is usually around 750, 700 or something like that. So what I did was got the tape on there, took a reading. It was around 750 or so, and then I had to bring the RPMs up. What I did was I just put a piece of clothes, God, I can't even think of the name, tie on there, zip tie, and zip tied it until I got to 1,000 RPMs. 1,000 RPMs is where you need to be able to calibrate this thing. You'll see in the instructions, and there's even I think I got most of my information from Rough Cuts, but they say that in these instructions how to calibrate it the same. You get your RPMs to 1,000 RPMs and hold it steady at 1,000 RPMs. You're doing that through measuring it through this device here. You could use another device of other choices too. That one was the cheapest, and I felt it was good. He used the same one, Rough Cuts, but so you hold it at those 1,000 RPMs, and then when it's running, you push and hold this button. Of course, there's an indicator light up on near the top of it that I guess signals a solid green when it's reading the signal and everything's good, which is hard to see unless it's dark out. I'm probably leaving out that I think before you start it, I think before you turn the key, you hold this button here in the middle, and then you turn the key on, and then you release the button. Or wait, then you hold the button, turn the key on, start it. After it's running, you release the button. Then I came out, this is my procedure of order of I did it. Then I came out, brought the RPMs of the engine up to 1,000 RPMs. Then I went back, after they were held at 1,000 RPMs, I held that button, and then it calibrated it from there. That's about it. Another modification I did to my truck, 68, 67, have handbrake for e-brake, and I did not like that. So I'll show you. I didn't want to, sorry for the mess in here, but working on some electrical parts. I did not like a handbrake in the middle right here. Can't remember if it goes this way or that way, but it's in the way for my long legs. So you can see I installed a foot brake. My good buddy that's been working on my truck and helping me with it had a large parts inventory, so we stole an e-brake off of a later, like 70 something Chevy, and mounted it in there. I will say it is a little bit difficult. These trucks, this year of a truck, the wiring for the fuses is in the way. I can show you what I did there in case you want to do this same thing here. So on my truck, this wiring panel, block, whatever you want to call it, is turned quarter turn this way. So this is up now. This would be right and left here. Okay, it would be turned this way. So that's why I got a big hole this way, because when it turned it, there's an opening here. But you need to be able to do that to be able to mount your e-brake over on this side. That's about the location it is on the factory ones. It's nice if you have a factory truck and you can measure off all that, because these trucks, the same little indentations and markings of different things are different on a firewall of 68 and 7 versus, I think 69 they went to a foot brake. But it is doable. You have to make this see that very well, this big slotted area here for the e-brake cable to go through. It comes through on my truck. It did down below the steering column in the middle there. Of course, the handbrake was down there. And I will also say that the handbrake cable that you're going to need is going to be for a foot brake. A handbrake cable is too short, means it's going down there, so you're needing to travel a further distance. This piece here is longer, and I will say that it's seemed like was the hardest piece to get, most expensive piece of the cable, you know, of the e-brake cables. You see a relay off to the side here. I need to wire up for running a electric fan on my cooler of my transmission. This manual transmission requires a transmission cooler. I'll show you what I did on my brakes. Since the frame is stretched, I had to do a lot of work here to make this work. I connected. You can't really see it from here. I don't feel like crawling underneath the truck, but I connected from the bottom, lengthened, I would say about 6 inches, and then made my crossover and kept joining on with new cable here. You can see cable going all the way back. I had to route up, keep it away from the frame in areas, keep it going all the way back to the e-brakes. You see where I joined on there with some cable. Sorry, the phone's going up and down here. That side. I need to cut that cable short. But the brakes work now. E-brakes work now good. I'll be cleaning up the frame and taking those fuel tanks off, cleaning them up. I need to figure out how I'm going to plumb those into the system. But yeah, it's coming along. We're making headway. It's just slow. Big mess in my shop. I'm not going to show you that, but I will show you something else that's pretty cool. So I don't know how many of you are familiar with old car lifts. This is one that is in like a gas station. This one was given to me, and I can't say how, if I've said it before about these tools here. This one's here from Eastwood. It's a I think it's called an SCT. Yeah, SCT. I don't know what that stands for, but these are great tools. I love it. The finish on this thing was scary. If I can show you, if you can see that rust right there. This is probably spent 2 or 3 hours of wet sanding with 400 grit to get it clean. It was just really bad. I'm sure that most people would look at that and go, I'm not going to use that, I'm going to throw that away, that's just junk. But as you can see, I got a polish back to that thing with that tool. It's amazing. So, pretty excited about that. I don't know why I get excited about anything that's free, but this is a lift that I'm going to put in the ground, probably off to the side of my shop there. I'd like to extend the shop and I don't know, put this lift in. I'm not sure how I'll use it. I might mount a table to the top. I don't know. I gotta build some sort of a fair to mount to the top of this thing. So I do have parts and pieces from an old car lift that I could cut and weld up together to make something that would mount to the top of that, so it could lift a vehicle. But I mean, all kinds of options. I mean, with this, if I put a table on it, made a table, you know, it could be a table that you could rotate and spin, and it'd be pretty, I think it'd be pretty usable. I can't see not using it. So I used them for years when I was a lot younger. But any of you that have used one, I'm sure you have stories about them. I remember it was, don't just hold the lever down, because all of a sudden when it starts going up, there's no stopping it, and it slams to the top. So it was a scary thing. Anyways, that's what I've been doing lately. I've done quite a bit on the shop. I'm not going to really show you right now. But every day is a day I get something done. Alright, just thought I'd give you an update. You guys have a good one.